Hey friend, welcome back to Bible Tract Echoes. I'm Mike McCurry, your host. I'm so very thankful once again to be speaking to you today. We are incredibly blessed here at Bible Tracts Incorporated with a number of you, churches, individuals, folks that support this ministry on a monthly basis. And I love to hear from folks like that, people that go above and beyond, that are truly invested, heart, mind, body, and soul in this ministry. And I got to hear from a pastor, a newer pastor, Pastor Jonathan Robertson, First Baptist Church of Clinton, Illinois, not too long ago. Their church has been supporting us for decades, and he sent in just a little testimonial about how much BTI means to them. He said this: Bible Tracts Incorporated is a wonderful ministry. We have been privileged to support this ministry prayerfully and financially for many years. Not only do they provide tracts free of charge to individuals and missionaries worldwide, but they also greatly help local churches stateside. Our church orders our custom tracts through BTI, and it is a joy to assist them annually with their newsletter distribution. I'll pause here for a moment, they often will help us every year with putting together some newsletters, and they're just such a huge help with that. And about 4 times a year, we will put together newsletters, and different churches will help us, and FBC Clinton is one of those. He continues on, this gives many in our church the opportunity to take a hands-on approach to helping one of our missionaries. Brother McCurry and his staff do a great job communicating and continuing the work established by Dr. Paul Levine many years ago. First Baptist Church of Clinton is blessed to consider BTI part of our missions family. And Pastor Robertson, thank you so much for your part in our ministry. This week, we've been sharing some of the blessings God has given to BTI, to our family. Today, I'm going to share with you just a little bit of a taste of an article that my wife gave some thoughts in, and I want to share just a little bit about what God's doing from her words. One of these days, I'll have to get her on the broadcast and have her talk to you folks. And she is not the biggest fan of public speaking, and so I'm going to do it for her, if that's okay here. Here's a little article we titled, From the Better Half. Here's what she had to say. Hello to all of our incredible partners. As I write this article, our family is looking forward to busy but fulfilling days ahead. She says, I'm Rebecca, Micah's wife. She has a much higher voice than I do. So in case you're confused, I'm reading this for Rebecca, and she's been very busy. We're going to talk about this in just a moment, but the Lord allowed us to purchase a kind of a fixer-upper, and we've been just toiling away, working on some of those things, and so she's busy with those types of things. But she says this, I'm Rebecca, Micah's wife, and I want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for your steadfast support and prayers. They are the backbone of all that this ministry does. These upcoming months are packed with exciting and yet challenging opportunities. BTI has just finished printing tens of thousands of tracts to replenish our inventory so we can continue spreading God's word effectively worldwide. God has filled our calendar. We have a busy summer lined up. Micah is preaching during 7 different weeks of summer camps between now and early August, and it's a precious time when many young people gather and are often moved to make decisions for Christ. Please keep him and the young attendees in your prayers so hearts might be touched and lives transformed. Additionally, we will be visiting many churches representing BTI and sharing the work God is doing through our ministry. These visits allow us to connect with fellow Christians, raise support for BTI, and fellowship with the incredible community God has blessed us with. On a personal note, our family recently purchased, as I mentioned, a fixer-upper home, and we are in the painstakingly slow process of renovating it. Those of you who understand the obstacles and frustrations associated with renovations, please pray a little extra for us. Please continue to lift us in prayer for safety in travel, effectiveness in ministry, the ability to move into our new home soon, and God's hand to guide us in every step. Your prayers are our greatest encouragement. With all our love and thanks, Rebecca. And I could say that serving Jesus as a family is an unbelievable blessing. As I sit here at my desk speaking to you right now, as I was a moment ago on behalf of my wife, but as I look at a few of the pictures the recent travels that God has allowed us to come through. I see pictures from Illinois, from New York, from Kansas, and just different things that God's allowed us to do. My children with their cousins, with their friends, with their mom and dad. And what a blessing it is to know that God is so good to us. Speaking of God's goodness, I'm going to share a few testimonies of God's goodness. God has blessed people like you, and oftentimes folks will email in, folks will let us know, folks will send me a text message. As always, you can text me personally at this phone number. I'll give it to you. It's 309-316-7240. 309-316-7240. And if you'd like to maybe have something you're thankful for or a testimony of yours included in either in the radio or in one of our newsletters, let me know. I'd love to hear especially how God is blessing with gospel tracts and whatnot. Here's Dawn from Indiana. She said this: everyone loves this Easter tract, and it has gotten so many compliments. Thank you for the speed, processing, delivery, just everything. We have truly enjoyed working with your company and look forward to many more orders in the future. Thanks again, and God bless. Jenny from Arizona says, I pray day and night with a prayer list, and this ministry is on my list. So I pray for BTI twice daily, 7 days a week. I love your ministry, and I will continue praying for you all at least 14 times a week. Jenny, thank you. I've mentioned so many times on this broadcast how important prayer is to us. God has truly blessed us with people like you that make what we do possible through the power of prayer. Reza from Massachusetts says, thank you so much for everything you do for the gospel. God bless you in every way, and may he keep donations coming in so the gospel can be spread all around the world. We have done many evangelistic activities with your beautiful tracts and have been blessed because you give them away for free, as we don't have the budget to buy them at the moment. May the Lord provide you with the needed finances for this ministry. God bless the team. We've been printing and distributing gospel tracts for free for over 85 years, and we don't plan on stopping anytime soon, Miss Reza. So anytime you need some, you let us know. Rick Martin from the Philippines. If you know that name, tune in, because he sent us a testimony himself. We got to send them about 250,000 gospel tracts late last year. Here's what he said. A couple of weeks ago, the container arrived. Realize containers take a long time to get there. But a couple of weeks ago, the container arrived with the tracts you sent, and I can't tell you how happy our workers and I are for these wonderful tracts. The tracts are so nice compared to the ones that we have used through the years, which I know will result in more people reading them. Also, since they're in Alango, I believe that's the language there, everyone in this region can read them. We gave 100 tracts to each of the 320 pastors, get this, to each of the 320 pastors that attended our alumni meeting this past week, and they were so grateful. That would be 32,000 tracts that will be used by these pastors. Again, I think we sent about 300,000 of them. Again, thanks for your sacrifice in providing these tracts. We cannot thank you and Bible Tracts enough for this gift. And to Brother Martin, thank you so much for your faithfulness as you continue to serve the Lord. Ron from Ohio says this. He has a ministry in the Ukraine. He says this: hello, brother. Thank you all again for what you do. I just returned to Cleveland last night after seeing 6,000 Ukrainian soldiers this last trip. That means 12,000 of your gospel tracts were put into the hands of men and women going to the front lines to fight or possibly die. Each of them get a few gospel tracts along with a clean t-shirt, some fruit, and it's all in a bag. And so as they eat the fruit, put on the clean t-shirt, they get these gospel tracts, and over 12,000 of them went out recently. He said, I'd like to share a short testimony about this soldier. He was at the service we had with about 500 men. He did not get saved at the service, but he came up to me later. He said, I was really asking God to reveal some things to me these past few days. After the gathering for the message, I went back to be alone, read one of the tracts, and prayed to receive Christ. Thank you for coming and helping me find the answers to my prayers to God. He showed me exactly what I needed today. To those that are listening right now, that goes to your account. If you support Bible Tracts, whether prayerfully or financially or both, that goes to your account. That's a Ukrainian soldier who is on the precipice of death. I mean, they're literally fighting for their lives, and I'm not going to get into the geopolitical situation there, but I will say we have the opportunity to get gospel tracts into that nation, and we are continuing to, despite the fact that it's war-torn at the moment. Mark from Pennsylvania says this: got a text this morning from a mom in our church. Her 7-year-old daughter received Christ this morning during devotions. The topic was begun by the girl's Sunday school teacher last week. The mom spoke to her daughter this morning and used what God wants everyone to know to lead her to Christ. Chalk up another for BTI. Keep on keeping on. What a blessing. What an amazing thing to know that God still changes lives and he still uses gospel tracts to do so. I'd encourage you, friend, to please use gospel tracts. If you've never in your life used a tract, you can order some for free at BibleTractsInc.org. One of the reasons I've been spending this week talking about BTI is to maybe just pique your interest, whet your appetite, cause you to go to our website, BibleTractsInc.org, and you can order a free sample booklet. And we tell you a little bit more about the ministry, but also you can just order some gospel tracts. You can get them often in quantities of 25. We would love to send you some today. Tomorrow, actually, on the broadcast, I'm going to highlight one of our gospel tracts. I'm going to give it a brief read through. It would be an excellent gospel tract for you to consider using when you go to the grocery store. And I know we order things on Amazon these days and all that, but it would be a great one when you do go to Walmart, go to Sam's Club, Costco, Aldi's, wherever it is you do your shopping. Do they still have Kroger's around? Is that still a thing? I'm in different parts of the country, and sometimes I see places like Kmart. I'm like, do those still exist? I'm not sure, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But in all seriousness, I'd like you to consider going to BibleTractsInc.org and order some gospel tracts today. I'm going to talk about one tomorrow at length on the broadcast. You're going to want to hear that. There's also 2 other things that I want to just reference tomorrow. One is, what does the future hold for BTI? And then lastly, blessings from the beyond. What am I talking about? You're going to have to tune in tomorrow to hear all about that. To each and every one of our listeners, thank you so very much. If you'd like to get that link to our website, BibleTractsInc.org, the announcer will come on in just a moment, tell you all the ways you can connect with us, or you can text me directly at 309-316-7240. I'd like to thank you so very much for taking of your time in joining me right here today on Bible Tract Echoes. This program plays on over 100 different stations nationwide and also our podcast platforms. I want to thank you personally, though, for listening today. Have a great day for His glory, and we will plan on talking to you soon. God bless.
Thank you for joining us today for Bible Tract Echoes, a ministry of Bible Tracts Incorporated. If you would like to receive a free sample booklet of all of our tracts, you can contact us by calling 309-828-6888. That's 309-828-6888. Our mailing address is P.O. Box 130, Dwight, Illinois 60420. A faster way to contact us is to go to our website at BibleTractsInc.org. That's BibleTractsInc.org. There you will find more information about our ministry and details on how you can support Bible Tracts Incorporated. Thanks for listening, and may the Lord richly bless you as you serve Him.